Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Oh my goodness, happy Wednesday. Thank you for being here with us. Where are you joining in from today? Is anybody with you? Well, let them know we said hello. Thank you so much for joining us today on Story Time, and I hope that you have your running shoes on, because we are about to go up against the quickest kid in Clarksville. Oh, are we going to team up? Well, let's find out. Thank you so much for joining us here today. This one coming to us from a very good friend of ours here at Storytime, Pat ZIETLOW Miller, and illustrations are by Frank Morrison. And of course, reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you are ready. Yes, indeed. If not, I'll wait for you to get those shoes, lace them up, and yeah, let's get ready to go. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Story Time, and yeah, wishing you a wonderful rest of the week, a wonderful day ahead. Out here in the Bay, definitely warmer today. 46 degrees Fahrenheit as I was coming in this morning, and I think it will only get warmer. It promises to be a high of 59. So not too bad if you're in the Bay. But of course, do look at I hope you can check out the weather in your specific area, and of course see what you need to do if you need that extra jacket or not. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime, and probably coming off as you go on your way with the quickest kid in Clarksville. Thank you so much for being here, and remember too that Pamela Courtney has a brand new book coming out officially May 20th, but it is out now for pre-order, and of course request that book with your local librarian so they have it in stock for May 20th. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Keep an eye out for that one coming to you very, very shortly. I'm excited to see that one indeed. And yeah, and cannot wait to share and talk all about it some more when it's out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to tune into Storytime. I absolutely appreciate your time. Absolutely appreciate the community here. And of course, to remember, if you cannot catch us live, Storytime is always there for you at storytimewithmisslimata.com, at Storytime with Miss Limata on Facebook, YouTube, and follow us as well on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here. The quickest kid in Clarksville coming right up. This one written by Pat ZIETLOW Miller and illustrated by Frank Morrison. And of course, reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Get ready, get comfortable, get cozy. We'll be getting started very, very shortly.
Have you ever wondered what makes you special? Maybe it's the color of your eyes. Maybe it's something that you can do, like sing. Well, with my brand new book, I See Me, you'll find out exactly what makes you awesomely special. Make sure you keep in touch with me on my social media handles and at Just in Time for Storytime. You're watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you so much. And yes, indeed, Justin Ford, do check out his book. I See Me, a beautiful, beautiful book indeed, a beautiful book of affirmation as well. So please do check out that one. And of course, you can find him at Just in Time for Story Time. Thank you so much for being here on Story Time. I hope that you are ready for our book today, The Quickest Kid in Clarksville, written by Pat Zitlow Miller, illustrations by Frank Morrison, and we are reading it with permission of the publishers Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Are you ready? All right, here we go. And with this one too, I just wanted to start with the dedications because Pat dedicates it to Mark, who believed it was possible from the very start. And right now, sometimes when we're studying those dreams, studying those things, or doing something, it's hard to see. It's hard to see the end, right? Because sometimes you have the vision, but it's hard to explain to others, or even to think, how do I bring that to fruition? So just persist, believe in it, and keep working. And then Frank Morrison says, to my daughter Tiffany, the fastest 4-year-old that I know, at least at the time the book was released, run after your dreams. They are worth the race. Yeah, great reminder for all of us, right? Whether you're 4 or whether you're 40 or indeed whether you're 90, I think that's some beautiful, beautiful encouragement for each one of us. All right, let's get started with our book today, The Quickest Kid in Clarksville. This one is written by Pat Zitlow Miller, illustrations by Frank Morrison, and of course, read with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Hey, good morning, Megan. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Ari, I hope you can join us later too. Good morning out there in Kentucky. Snow today, snow day. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was talking about it being 46 right now and a high of 59 out here in the Bay. So yeah, no, please do stay warm. And of course, I hope that the quickest kid in Clarksville helps us keep warm, right? Here we go. I am running in place, listening to my feet pound the pavement, pretending I am the fastest woman in the world. Of course, Wilma Rudolph, who grew up right in this town, is faster than anyone, but I am the quickest kid in Clarksville, Tennessee, and everyone around here knows it. I'm thinking about tomorrow's parade and wondering what Wilma's 3 Olympic gold medals would feel like hanging around my neck when a girl I've never seen before comes sashaying my way like she owns the sidewalk and everything on it. Oh my goodness. Good morning, good morning. How are you doing, Nick? Now, good to see you here on Story Time. Out in my panza today. No ways, no ways. Thank you so much for joining in. Oh my goodness. Good to see you all the way out in Zambia. I'm thinking about tomorrow's parade and wondering what Wilma's 3 Olympic gold medals would feel like hanging around my neck when a girl I've never seen before comes sashaying my way like she owns the sidewalk and everything on it. Who's that? Who is it? She sticks a hand on her hip. I am Charmaine. I look her up and down. I'm Alta. That's Dee Dee and little more. Got me some new shoes, Charmaine says. Oh. Boy, howdy. How does she ever? Brand new, only worn by her shoes with stripes down the sides and laces so white they glow. Oh my goodness, how did you do that? Shoes to strut in, shoes to run in. Because Charmaine's strutting hard enough to shame a rooster. and her legs are just raring to run. These shoes are like Wilma's, she says. My daddy went uptown to get them. I stare at the concrete. I don't have a shoe buying daddy. My sneakers have holes in the soles and laces that never thought to glimmer. Aw. I bite my lip. It's okay. Wilma wore a leg brace and floor sack dresses before she got big. Shoes don't make you fast, I say. Charmaine's face tightens. Reckon I'm faster than anyone. I puff up like a spitting cat. She wishes she were Wilma, but I am the real deal. I point to the mailbox. There and back. Oh. There and back. We crouch low. Dee Dee and Lil More count down, and we're off. My sneakers slap a sidewalk beat. Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph. Don't worry, Kathy, you're on Zambian time, and it is very, very acceptable here on Story Time. Thank you for being here. We crouch low, Dee Dee and Little More count down, and we're off. My sneakers slap a sidewalk beat. Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph. I reach the box first, turn and sprint back. Arms moving, legs grooving. I hear Charmaine huffing and puffing behind me. Oh. I do a victory dance while Charmaine glares. I am still bee-hopping when she takes off again. To the corner, Charmaine calls over her shoulder. Starting now. Oh no. I leap after her like a scalded frog. Wilma's come from behind to win some of her races, and so will I. And I go again. Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph. When Charmaine reaches the corner, I am nipping her ankles. Bodies lunge, feet tangle. I fall. Charmaine stays up and wins. Ouch, my toe hurts. Probably because it's poking out a brand new hole. Oh, goodness. Hope you're okay. Just like that, I puff up again. You tripped me. I would have won if you didn't. You were in my lane. I won fair and square. Charmaine walks away, shaking her braids and swinging her bottom. I follow, mad as any cat. That's when it happens. My toe hits a rock. The rock hits Charmaine. For a minute, Charmaine looks like she might fight, but she leaves without a word. I limp home, feet dragging, head hanging. I show Mama the hole. She sighs. Oh, baby girl, those shoes have to last. Yeah, those shoes have to last. When parade day dawns, I am making a banner with Dee Dee and Little More. Then Charmaine struts by like she's queen of the block. I scowl at her. Then I pick up the banner and nod to Dee Dee and Little More. Oh, love it. Let's go. Thing is, the banner is bulky. No way I will make it all the way to the parade. It might be easier if I ran. I force my feet to move, but one block in, I can't go on. I hear the beat of feet. Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph. Who could it be? Charmaine is running by me. Pass that here, she says. I clutch the banner tighter. I don't need her help. Come on, says Charmaine. We will do it like Wilma's relay. 3 people ran it with her, you know. True. That is true. Yeah, Charmaine is running by me. Past that, she says. I clutch the banner tighter. I don't need her help. Come on, says Charmaine. We'll do it like Wilma's relay. 3 people ran it with her, you know. Yeah, that is true. I hate to admit it, but she's right. I hand her the banner, and she takes off for the next block. Then Dee Dee takes a turn, and even little more. We run faster and faster till our legs are nothing but a whirling blur, just like you know whose. People stare, eyes popping, fingers pointing. You go, girl, someone calls. Oh, help me make the parade. Go, go, go. I sneak a look at Charmaine. Her feet are flying. Who's faster? I can't tell. But Charmaine isn't stratting or scarling. She looks happy. I don't mean to, but I smile. Charmaine smiles back. And all at once, I know she's shoes don't matter. Not as long as we've got our feet. Aw. Look, I say, the perfect spot. We collapse on the curb. There are flags, bands, noise, black faces, and white ones. Everybody's there. And finally, a fancy convertible with the top down. Right there, holding a bunch of roses, is Wilma Rudolph. We scream and raise our banner, hearts pounding, heads hoping. Oh my goodness. Wilma sees us and smiles. Then she waves. That makes Charmaine and me sashay like we own the sidewalk and everything on it. And maybe, just maybe, we do. Because we are the quickest kids in Clarksville, Tennessee. Oh. Yay. Oh. And everyone around here knows it. Oh, let's hear it for the quickest kids in Clarksville. Yay. And that is the end of our story. But please, please, please hang around. Join me when we come back. We get to read the author's note and just get a little bit more back matter on this story. And if you're familiar with Wilma's story, well, stick around. Just maybe a few reminders for all of us. But of course, if you're new to it, we hope that we continue to learn together. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. The quickest kids in Clarksville. And this one written by Pat ZIETLOW Miller and illustrations by Frank Morrison. And you know Pat ZIETLOW Miller is the queen of creative fiction, right? I love her and love her books as well. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Cannot wait for the next story, but I cannot wait to read the author's note in this one as well. So please stick around. I'll see you on the other side of this very short break when we're back with more Storytime.
This is Anika Moroz-Reese, author of The Teacher's Pet, Watch Out for Wolf, Love Sophia on the Moon, the Anna Banana Chapter Book Series, and Hide and Don't Seek and other very scary stories. And you are watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Welcome back. Thank you indeed for joining in here on Storytime. And yeah, if you're looking for more of Pat ZIETLOW Miller's historical fiction, please do look up Pat ZIETLOW Miller at patzietlowmiller.com and get to find out more. Many stories there, wonderful stories that she gets to share, and I hope that you get to enjoy those. Thank you indeed for being here with us today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate every single moment that we get to spend together here. The quickest kid in Clarksville was our book today. But let's find out what Pat ZIETLOW Miller has to say. Here is the author's note from this one. And you can actually see a picture of Wilma Rudolph in that beautiful convertible at that parade that is referred to in the book. Right? There you go. So here we go. In 1960, African-American sprinter Wilma Rudolph was the fastest woman in the world. At the Summer Olympic Games in Rome, Italy, she became the first woman from the United States to win 3 gold medals at the same Olympics. Her wins in the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 relay with Martha Hudson, Lucinda Williams, and Barbara Jones made her a household name. She met President John F. Kennedy and received awards, including the Associated Press Female Athlete of the Year in 1960 and 1961, the James E. Sullivan Award which honors character, leadership, and sportsmanship, and induction into the U.S. National Track and Field Hall of Fame and the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame. Wilma's success was even more impressive because of the difficulties she overcame growing up. She was one of 22 children, and her family did not have much money. Wilma was often ill as a child and wore a leg brace after she was diagnosed with polio. Doctors didn't think she would ever walk without it, but she exercised and worked for years until her leg was strong. Wilma grew up in Clarksville, Tennessee, a segregated town. There were separate schools and doctors and restaurants for Black people and white people. After Wilma's victories, Clarksville wanted to honor her with a parade and banquet. Wilma said she would not attend unless the events were integrated, open to everyone. The organizers agreed, and Wilma's celebration were the first major events for Blacks and whites in Clarksville's history. Just a little bit there of backstory on Wilma Rudolph's life and, of course, this book. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And yeah, I hope that it has encouraged you to keep chasing those dreams. Yes, it's never too late. I hope you keep going for them, and of course, keep trying, right? All we can do, try and try again. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. And yeah, it takes me back to my own time in school. And as a kid, we were always racing around the block I lived on. And yeah, I wonder where, where all the other sprinters were from my school. We had great runners, great sprinters. I wonder where they are. Chanda Walia. Who else can I think of? Rickson, Casella. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we had some great sprinters. Geshom, all of those guys. I hope they're doing well. I hope you're doing well wherever you are this time. Thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime. And yeah, keep chasing those dreams. And we're glad to be here with you on Storytime. I hope you enjoyed that story. And indeed, I hope that you find that book from your local library and read it some more. This has been Storytime for today. This has been Storytime on this beautiful Wednesday morning out here in the Bay. Beautiful out there in Kentucky, I know, but really cold today. So I hope that you're staying warm. Thank you for being here with us. And of course, out there in Zambia, Umapanza, Kamwamba Wadala. Katoto, thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Wednesday. I know it's much, much later in the day for you. I hope that you have a wonderful time. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Kathy Keith, thank you for being here as well. Good morning to you out there in Ohio. Thank you for joining us here on Storytime, and absolutely appreciate you being here. And of course, Megan, thank you for joining us out there in Kentucky. Snow day out there in Kentucky today. Thank you so much for being here. This has been Storytime. And remember too, before we go away, that we do have a brand new book that we're excited about and expecting to be coming May 20th. This one coming to us from Pamela Courtney and illustrations by Tony D. Chambers. It is called A Season for Fishing, a fish fry tradition. Thank you indeed for joining us. Get excited for this one. Ask your local librarian for this book. Ask them to stock it. Ask them to pre-order so it is ready for you come May 20th. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Nick Nack, I'm impressed with your Tonga. I'm impressed with your Tonga. Absolutely love it. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. I will see you again tomorrow. And we're back, bringing back a favorite of mine, and I hope that it has become a favorite of yours as well. Things to do, Elaine Nagliaro and Katya Jan, of course, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. This one comes back. Things to do is coming back to Storytime tomorrow morning, so do join us. But remember, if you miss it, you can always catch it at storytimewithmisslimata.com, at Storytime with Miss Limata on Facebook and YouTube, and of course, follow us on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here. Biggest of hugs. And I will see you again tomorrow when we're back with more story time. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Read me all of your stories, some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories, some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Oh, story time. Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.